Alright, hi. Welcome to another Holy How-To video. I'm going to show you today how I created the black sand table for the Brass Fortress, which is going to be at Holy Wars and Holy Havoc. The black sands, what I wanted to do was to create a table that had kind of a volcanic rock and that kind of sheeny volcanic rock and sand and a mixture of the two. Many of you have asked how I did it, and for a few of you I gave you the recipe, and so now I'm going to share it with everybody else. So the first thing you're going to need is you're going to need some of this stuff here. Okay, so this is the Liquitex Gloss Super Heavy Gel. You're going to want to make sure that you have that it meets these standards. So you want paint, thick, gloss, and transparent. Okay. The next thing you're going to need is this. Now these are weighted blankets, glass microbeads. These are what they fill the weighted blankets with. Let me open it up and I'll show you what it looks like. And that's what this texture looks like. Now the really cool thing about this stuff is that it's very transparent. It's glass beads, so obviously it's transparent, and what it does is it really creates an interesting effect when combined with the gloss medium. So I will show you how that looks in just a second. And then the paint. The paint I used for the table was Wicked Colors. You can find this at it's carried by Hobby Lobby. It's an airbrush paint, and this is Wicked Jet Black. Now, I did not run this through my airbrush. I painted it on, which was worked out really, really well because painting it, obviously, it gives you a different effect than running it through an airbrush. So the first, and then the tools needed before we get on to the other part. So you're going to need some of these. These are palette knives. This one here is from Liquitex as well. You can pick this up at like a Blick art store. And then this one, the smaller one, I raided from my wife's baking drawer, which she wasn't too happy about. But anyway, all right. So the first step, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you these objective markers. These bases here are going to be used for objective markers for the Warpstone Crystal objectives, which are part of the Holy Havoc narrative event games. All right, so the first thing I do is I take out the gel medium and scoop it up onto a palette knife, and then I'm just gonna put it onto the bases like so. Okay, probably have a little too much here, so I'm gonna scrape off some of this. This one looks like a fair amount, so I'm gonna scrape off just a little bit. And then a little bit of that one. And I think I'm going to want some high peaks in here, so I'm going to leave this one the way it is. Yeah. Okay. So I'm just going to kind of move this around on here so that I can pour the glass beads on. Okay, so now I'm going to pour on the glass beads, and the glass beads are going to stick in the gel medium. And I'm going to use a generous amount of glass beads. You can kind of maybe see that, yeah, a little bit. It's a little hard to tell because of the white on the glass beads, but hopefully that gives you an idea. Do the same here. Now gloss medium is very sticky, okay, so that's a good thing. It really grabs the beads. All right. After the glass beads are set, I'm going to take my tool and I'm going to just kind of move the gel medium around and mixing it through, mixing the glass beads into the gel medium, and then pulling peaks and creating a unique shape to the surface. Now this can be, because this is volcanic black sands, I want it to have some peaks and some texture to it as opposed to just being kind of flat and smooth. The idea is that some of the lava has formed into rock, so it should have more of a texture to it. Okay. Start this one. Just like this. And then like this. All right, so I've got the medium applied. Now this is going to dry completely transparent, and then once it's dry, I would be able to paint this up. Now, I did go ahead and do some in advance, so I could show you in the video today what it looks like when it's finished up. So what we have here finished, as you can see here, this is what it looks like painted up with the Wicked colors. Okay. Now, of course, on the video, it's probably not going to show you all the great results because it's kind of hard to see. And with the lighting, it creates a real gloss effect. You get a really glossy effect here, and you can see that there is some areas which are glossy and then some areas which are matte. Okay, now, all right, so that was the tutorial on how to make the black sands, and I thought I would show you an actual shot of the table in all its glory. Okay. This will be the first time it'll be out at a tournament. Will be this November at Holy Havoc, so you can get a good look at that. And let's zoom in on the texture. You can really see that the texture is deep. There's a lot going on in there with the glass beads and the gel medium, and using the palette knives to create peaks and low points within the gel medium. And as I get in there and I hold on there, you can see how the surface takes on a volcanic glass look. All right, so there you go, black sands. Be sure to come back to the channel to see more Holy how-to videos. Thanks.